Ready? Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Well, we'd like to start with, we call this, what do we call this thing?
Contentment.
Number 2. Did anybody watch the 1968 program they had last night on 1968? It was about a 3-hour program. You know, it was, of course, that's the year they had the march in Memphis and Dr. King got killed. That's when they had the Poor People's March. I mean, the Poor People's downtown. The ones where they camps, whatever they call it.
The March on Washington.
The March on Washington was 63. This was the when they camped out.
When they had the
Poor people, whatever they call it down there.
On the mall.
On the mall, that's right.
Right.
It happened to be the rainiest season.
Right. It was muddy.
It was slushy and it was flies everywhere. It was terrible for them. But we're going to deal with a few things that for several years we've been very clear on archivists that this, whatever's happened, we're going to archive this. Not we're going to. We have been archiving everything that's been happening all the time since Jump Street. It's been done in paperwork. It's been done on tapes, old tapes, you know, CDs, DVDs. It's an old batch. I'll explain those in a while. Historicized, chronicled, and documented this. We've been dealing a lot with developing our own terminology for what's going on. And when we looked at that program last night, it's the same stuff they always show. How brutal they are overseas, the Vietnam War. And although they got 58,000 people dead, they killed over 1 million or 2 million Vietnamese. The carpet bombing, can you imagine? The B-52s dropped more bombs in Vietnam or North Vietnam than they did in all of World War II. And all you could see in World War II was the bombers going over Germany. Just at least 2 runs per day, you know, in Germany. And they dropped more bombs than that in little bitty Vietnam, in that little small space. They talked about the Tet Offensive, which the U.S. have been talking about how far we are as far as the war is concerned, and we've been winning this war. Technically, the battles, they would win most of them. But the Tet Offensive was when they jumped out all over the country. And technically they lost. The Vietnamese did. They technically lost. Boy, but they jumped up all over the country, and the U.S. had been telling them, we can see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's all right, don't worry about a thing. And they jumped up throughout the whole country. They attacked every capital in Vietnam. So it was a big disaster. 68 was a bad year for America. Man, it was a bad year. It was a good year for us, so 68 was the time when we started. That was the time when we started the East Oakland Enterprises, Black Economic Enterprise Zone. We started it and it was a booming success. It's just what it was. It was a booming success. Because outside of Oakland, well, LA, the people that were around coming in and out of Oakland, they knew about it. But because the media never pointed at it, they considered, well, if the white man didn't say nothing about it, it couldn't have been important. That's the way people believe, you know. And they have people believing that all the people you see are important. You see the man with the little scarf on his head, you know, not on his head, around his neck. That's him. And then all the other people, this stuff right now have brought out not the Chamber of Horrors, but this old movie, you've seen it, and the people in it so often. Here come the dope dealer, you know, from Tawana Brawley thing, whatever. Ahmed Diallo, all of that. He was just a preaching and jumping up and down. And the old bald-headed lawyer from somewhere down there, I don't know. The cast of characters, hey man, and the old man wore a scarf. When he was at UC Berkeley, they had a program, and Zayd was out there then, and he acknowledged Zayd. And Imam, isn't that such and such and such? Now that's giving him big credibility. It's on C-SPAN, on all that stuff, you know. And we haven't been on nothing. That's fine. That's why this is Contentment too. We want the people to understand just a few of the things that we've dealt with from day one, and we're content. It would take a few things for them to get an understanding of, well, let me start with this, so everybody know. This is Proactive Preemptive Operations Group. But technically, this one right here, Provoking Action, is a good one. On the other side, Fabricating the Enemy. Los Angeles Times has revealed the creation of an organization by the U.S. Secretary of Defense, Donald Rumsfeld, called the Proactive Preemptive Operations Group. Its purpose is to bring together CIA and military covert action, information, warfare intelligence, cover and deception. The role is to manufacture the terrorism that is to be combated. This is from the LA Times. Its role is to manufacture the terrorism that is to be combated. Boy. When we see the demonstrations and we see the people in Florida jumping up on a police car and setting it on fire. This is recently, right? Last month. Okay, when they do that, that allows the police to come in and use all their new stuff, right? Therefore, their agents have provided the avenue, the wherewithal, the methodology, the process. They gave them everything that they need, along with the justification, to do whatever they want to these lawless people, although the families of all the people that's been involved, what do they say? We want peace and we want peaceful marches, we want cooperation, we don't want our name to be used in none of that. And that worked for a good period of time, but at the same time, we have to see what's going on right now. I haven't paid much attention in the last day or so, but where is the trend right now? Where are they at as far as this? Just like we did last week, we'll go down and we'll get a reading on where we are. Let's see. Faced with the massive opposition to the war plans Bush and his team may again be planning some terrorist act to provoke massive revulsion and whip a skeptical and reluctant world into supporting war against Iraq and other targets. Okay. The U.S. government is planning to use cover and deception and secret military operations to provoke murderous terrorist attacks on innocent people. Such operations are not new for the United States authority. Then they talk about Operation Norwoods and what have you. All of that stuff to set up the environment, the Gulf of Tonkin, Norwoods and Cuba, where they was going to kill all innocent people, give a justification. They kill the people, and they get a justification for attacking Cuba, right? This is common. Okay. This fabricating the enemy. Fabricating the enemy. That's what this part, the other side is. There is no evidence that the Pentagon or the CIA played a direct role in recent terrorist attacks. The latter were undertaken by organizations or cells of these organizations which operate quite independently with a certain degree of autonomy. This independence is in the very nature of a covert intelligence operation. The intelligence asset is not in direct contact with its covert sponsors. Let me go over that again. The intelligence asset is not in direct contact with its covert sponsors. You could easily cool, yeah, it's a little chilly. It is not necessarily cognizant of the role it plays on behalf of its intelligent sponsor. You can take any of the guy they just killed over there in Iraq, Ali Baghdadi, not Ali Baghdadi, something like that. He's supposed to be the chief of the new caliph, you know, the guy.
Baghdad.
Yeah, that's him. Okay. That don't mean that he could have been set up. See, the government, through Saudi money and all of that, have them guys do things. Now he was with Saddam Hussein. He wasn't no big time Muslim. He became a Muslim overnight. I mean, he woke up one morning with a beard. His beard grew out overnight. I'm telling you, and he was caliph. All the other brothers, Osama bin Laden. All this stuff is so ridiculous it makes you sick. It do. We had to bury him according to Islamic custom. We dropped him in the water. Now you know if Uday Hussein, Saddam Hussein's son, was laid out for everybody to see. If they got Osama bin Laden, right, they'd have drug him down the street. And then you see pictures of him from the back. And then white folks know how they do stuff, so some of them take a picture. They say, look what they did here. Look what they did, right? And it definitely, whoever it is, it ain't no Osama bin Laden, not the one we were seeing. And if it was their man. Osama bin Laden, the bin Laden family, originally from Yemen, in the construction field, constructed for who? Cooperating with who? Bechtel, biggest construction engineers in Saudi Arabia from the United States. No. So if he was his crew might have been recruited, which they was, to go to Afghanistan and fight the godless commies, the Russians, right? Okay, if he got a little tinge of a religion, he'd look up and say, hey, after the 91, the Gulf War, he said, what you guys doing all this stuff in our country, you know? Yeah, this is the Holy Land. It ain't no supposed to be, y'all ain't supposed to be here. So, that's partially true. So they done hooked him up. If he go bad, it's their fault, right? Yeah, it's not, oh, we got to kill all of y'all because we started something with him and now he done gone bad. So we got to kill all of y'all because he went bad and we the one that initiated his badness. Insanity, you know. So this fabricating the enemy, it goes through the whole thing. So everything that they're doing right now in D.C. and around the country is a gross fabrication. Okay, we in here would know, yes, they engineered these demonstrations and they engineered, why? We can watch all the other demonstrations. The one that this lady's supposed to have been asleep one night and woke up and wanted to do something. So she got on the internet and brought all them people in and watched. Oh, crap. Right? Remember those busloads? We just standing there. And you got to remember some of them, how, if you knew what was happening, it's so ridiculous. I don't know if you remember the white boys who was talking to. One had a Red Star communist. Look, this is out of the dumbest movie. No red, pinko, or commie would even, and I'm asking him, hey, because I was in prison with the third in line for the communist, we was in prison together, you know. We used to have them come to speak, because in those days, whether you was black Muslim or this, that, all the radical groups spoke at each other's programs, you know, or because he was against boss man, and that's the main thing. So the guy's actually, one of the main guys in the Communist Party is a friend of mine. I mean, a good friend. We in Leavenworth together, okay? So he's supposed to be a communist. I'm asking him about everybody. I don't know if you remember. I'm asking him, hey, you know so-and-so, they don't know nobody. I said, oh. So it was a joke. The only place you can find them communist hats with a red star is Russians doing World War II, and maybe a few in Korea, and a few the little hats Chairman Mao and them used to wear. But you just, in these times, where are you going to find that? This stuff is so ridiculous, but you got to remember, suppose people don't know. So, which they don't. They accept the biggest demonstration in the world. The girls came out, flow showing, step dancing, turning flips, right? And everybody was there. I ain't gonna talk about who was there, because some of them, they don't have that good reputation, you know, supposed to be communists, teaching at Berkeley. And then they let her have sex with George Jackson when they was both in jail. This is ridiculous. The Pope,
they bring them out all the time in these particular type of situations. The same faces.
Same faces. Have you seen this movie before? I haven't seen this one, but I've seen all the script. I don't know if when we was a kid, they used to have them westerns, and every Saturday, and at the end, it was always a big mean rancher, and it was a cattleman, whatever it was. it was a big chase scene at the end. And they was riding, shooting and carrying on. It didn't make no difference what, that was part of the scene, and it was always like that. So, if somebody asks you, have you seen this before? I've seen all those characters before. I just haven't read the script. But that script is 97% like all the other scripts. It's ridiculous. It's hilarious. You know, just imagine that they roll in and see, I do feel that the people are beginning to pick up on this. I do feel that some of them, but the detail, the people are way behind the curve. So we have to pick up our stuff just a little bit. Because even this proactive, preemptive, fabricating the enemy stuff, this from global research is also from LA Times. This is January 28, 2003. That's way back when they talking about weapons of mass destruction, they getting ready to do this, because they didn't invade till March 20th over there. But a lot of people is getting the feel because the government have treated the people so bad. The first Gulf War in the 90s, they came back home and they told them, they said, well, I think we've got some depleted uranium on us and stuff. And so they said, no, you'll be all right. Just take a couple aspirins. That's exactly what they told them. They told them, all right. But now, the IUDs, they blew off people's legs and ears and everything, you know what I mean? And the people, the government treating them so bad, it's trying to pretend to treat them a little better now. But they already, what, I lost my legs, I lost my mobility. And then people are talking about this now more. You know what I mean? What do you mean a wounded warrior? Why we gotta have a TV program to help wounded warriors? Why the government is not, you know what I mean? Wounded warriors. Adopt a wounded warrior. Right? The guy got his blades blown off. And you know that modern medicine, it can keep you alive. If you just got one hit of life in you, it can puff you up, squeeze you up, blow something in you, zap you up, and you'll live. You know? No legs, no ears, no nothing, but you'll still be alive. And then how they treat those people. You know, that's what not only the physical loss, but the mental